What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. Welcome back to the instant match reaction. I am here with Amir. Spurs have just drawn by 1 goal apiece with Newcastle out in Korea. That is the pre-season tour done and dusted. A very emotional day in Seoul, in Korea. Sonny's last ever game for Tottenham Hotspur, and you saw the outpouring of emotion everywhere from the Spurs players, even the Newcastle players, the coaching staff, the fans. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. 65,000 fans getting up to their feet to applaud Son Heung-min for the unbelievable service that he's given to this football club. 10 years of absolute magic, from making his debut to the Golden Boot, to the Puskas Award, to getting the captaincy, to lifting that trophy in Bilbao. What a career this man has had at Tottenham Hotspur, and I can't believe that I'm sitting here and saying that is the last time that we're going to see him. We didn't get him the goal that maybe we wanted to see, but it's just a very sad day for Tottenham Hotspur. But at least we all got to witness it. You know, as I said before, and as the old cliche goes, don't cry because it's over, be happy because it's happened. And we all should be very happy because it's happened, because we got to witness 10 years of Son Heung-min, who was just an incredible talent, a world-class talent, who became an unbelievable leader, a talisman for Tottenham Hotspur. Incredible leadership that he showed on that run to the Europa League final, and in that season in general. Season before, when he made the number 9, scoring 17, 18 goals. Pure consistency. One of, if not the best finisher the Premier League has ever seen whilst he was in the Premier League. Pure loyalty. You won't ever see loyalty like Son Heung-min again. 10 years he's given to a club that even at some points looked like they weren't going in the right direction. He signed a contract when all looked lost, when players like Harry Kane were looking to leave. So from the bottom of my heart, I cannot thank Sonny enough for the service that he's given this football club. And he goes on, and he hasn't lost a fan. He hasn't lost a fan in the house. Every single Spurs fan are going to be following him everywhere he goes and wishing him the best success in whatever he does. And if anyone deserves the outpouring of emotion, it's him.
Ben, it's going to be very hard to top those words. Do you know what? I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to keep it very, very short and sweet. Thank you, Sonny. You're a legend. You're an absolute example for all of the youth out there, and for anyone trying to make it in the game, and for anyone just trying to be a decent human being. Well, you've got someone there to emulate in Sonny. He's just everything he's brought to this club for the last 10 years. We've enjoyed it week in, week out, and wherever he goes, Sonny's just going to bring that enthusiasm, that warmth, the smiles, the happiness to wherever he goes. So, you know, I'm just, from the deepest depths of my heart, I'm going to say thank you, Captain Sonny, and good luck wherever it is that you do end up to choose to go to. They're going to be lucky to have you, mate. You're a star. You're a legend.
Absolutely. So goodbye, Sonny. Thank you, Sonny, for everything that you've done. You will forever be etched in the history books at Tottenham Hotspur. 100%. You'll forever be a Tottenham legend, up there with the very greatest of Tottenham legends as well, spoken in the same breath as the Graham Robertses of this world, as the Ledley Kings of this world, as the Bill Nicholsons, the Keith Birkinshaws, all the legends that we speak, the Jimmy Greaves, the Danny Blanchflowers. Now you add Son Heung-min to the legends of Tottenham Hotspur,
100%,
along with Harry Kane as well. So, in my opinion, Sonny is the biggest legend, Premier League legend of my lifetime. And it's sad. It's sad to see him go, but we have to move on at some point. We knew this day was going to come at some point, and this day has finally arrived.
Yep.
So that is that. Thank you, Sonny. That's all I can say. Thank you, Sonny. Big shoes to fill moving forward. Who gets that number 7 shirt is going to be a heavy number to put on your back. Whoever takes that up next.
Very tough.
It's going to be impossible to emulate and to follow on from Sonny. You can't, like we mentioned before, you can't replace Sonny.
You can't.
He's irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable.
So that's that on Son Heung-min. But there was a game that we played today.
There was.
Finished 1-1. And I felt like the second half, it didn't really get going. So I think like the first half is probably what we're going to focus on more. But I felt like Newcastle were probably the better team in the first half, creating the better openings. But I felt like where Spurs looked dangerous was nicking the ball back in the middle of the park and working on the transitions. And that is where the first goal came from, very early doors. Kevin Danso, unbelievable work rate in the middle of the park to win that ball back, finds its way to Brennan Johnson. He nicks it in it, and it takes a deflection off Dan Burn, and it finds its way in the back of the net. And I feel like that is where Spurs are looking at their most dangerous at this moment in time, is nicking the ball back in the middle of the park and springing on the transition.
Yeah, that is where we look most dangerous, Ben. If we can keep winning that ball in those dangerous areas, kind of around the halfway line to the penalty box of the opponent, and if we can win it back, it's just a matter of 2 or 3 good passes and you're in. So if we can continue that, work on that, but also, try and mix it up with a little bit more of, kind of play out from the back and bringing the ball forward. Because one thing that did frustrate me today, I have to admit, well, there were 2 main things. But the main thing that frustrated me was when we were knocking it long, we didn't have an outlet. So Tell was just getting beaten to the ball every time. It's not his fault either. You're aiming it at someone who can't do what you're asking him to do. So that was very frustrating, and of course I think we'll get into it, but towards the end of that game, James Maddison comes on the pitch, and 10 minutes in or something like that, he drops to the floor. We don't quite know what the injury is, but he was stretchered off, his hands covering his face. It did not look good at all, guys. And for me, what was the one thing we said before the game? We said, just get out with no injuries. And we couldn't do it. We're so unlucky. I start to think we're cursed, Ben. Honestly, last season, the injuries were crazy. This season, we haven't even started the season and we've already started. So I'm really, really worried about James Maddison. I just want to wish him a speedy recovery, very speedy recovery. And hopefully it's not as bad as what we first thought.
Yeah, because he looked absolutely distraught.
He's
in tears. All the players around him looked really worried. Sonny on the sideline looked really worried. And yeah, it's just heartbreaking because Madders is just about getting back to full fitness after getting that injury in the Europa League run. And now he's down, which looks like a really horrific injury. Yeah, I echo your sentiment and what you say, that let's just hope that it's not as bad as everyone first feared, but it does look like a bad one.
It does.
It really does.
Don't want to sugarcoat it.
And look, that just brings to our attention even more. We were looking for one before with, the Morgan Gibbs-White situation and everything like that. Bring in a 10. Now it's an even more pressing issue. We need to bring in that number 10
100%.
To start the season, because you're looking at the way Spurs are progressing the ball up the pitch, and there is a lack of creativity in that midfield without Maddison, because we were calling, bring Madders on, we need more creativity. And there was a lack of it, and there has been a lack of it all pre-season with the lack of pure number 10. And now, with him injured, with Decky injured, we don't know when Decky's going to be back. There is just little to next to no creativity in the side. I thought Archie Gray was doing a really good job at trying to progress the ball, find those little pockets of spaces and try to spray that ball. But he's not a James Maddison.
No, he's not a James Maddison, and he did fantastic, but you can't pin your whole season on a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What Spurs need to do now, and us as fans, this is our responsibility, Ben. We need to go out and sign a world-class number 10 now. Now. We need to be on the case now. The player needs to be brought in before the start of the season. They need to start gelling with the squad. Maddison's out for God knows how long. We need to find a replacement for that. It's as simple as that.
It's essential. It's essential for our outlook of the season, because I see people in the comments say, oh, can't Odegaard play there? Can't Kudus play there? We want them out wide. We want them in their best positions. We want to bring in a natural 10 that can come in and create chance after chance after chance for us. We need to bring one in at the utmost of priority right now. It's like literally it could be detrimental to our season if we don't bring one in right now. That's how much of a pressing issue it is.
100%.
So my heart goes out to James Maddison, but if
we need to prepare.
Yeah, we need to be fully prepared for the season, and that means bringing in a 10. That is the most urgent and pressing issue right now. And I would say more than even a left winger, because Sonny, I know you need to replace Sonny, and you need to you need to have that succession plan for Sonny. But we literally just don't have a 10 that can take to the pitch next week in Udine.
No.
We don't have one.
We don't.
So we need to bring one in before that PSG game. It's unbelievable what's happening. You got a Doggy out, you got Kulusevski out, you got Maddison out. Injuries already starting to stack up for Tottenham Hotspur. It really is a kick in the teeth. And what can you do? It is what it is, but Spurs need to act fast. We need to really act fast. In terms of what you saw today in the structure, the defensive structure, did you like what you saw?
Yeah, there were elements of the game that I definitely enjoyed. I think we do look a lot more defensively stable, and our positioning as well at the back allows for challenges to be made. We're not always running back. We're kind of we're on the front foot defensively. The thing I most liked about this structure is us winning the ball back in the opponent's half. So we were very good today. Whether that was the midfield players, Archie Gray, your Bergvals when he came on, Sarr when he was in there winning the ball back, we seem to be really making a good effort of pushing that press as far as we can forward, and then as soon as that ball gets played into their midfield, we're on it, we're snapping at their feet, and that's where the goal came from, like you said. So very good elements in that side of things. Areas that we need a little bit of improvement. For me, we lacked a bit of a threat from set pieces today. I'm not sure quite why that is. Maybe because your Richies and Solankis aren't around. In terms of some of the attacking play as well, I think you're looking at some of the combinations between players that just they haven't had enough time to play with each other to really have the one touch and know where the other player is going to be. That kind of that Kane-Sonny relationship that takes time to build. So I think there's certain aspects where I'm saying, okay, fantastic, you can see the obvious improvements, and then there's areas where I think there's room for improvement as well. I
know Newcastle were able to create some chances against us today, but I don't have too many worries about the defensive structure of the team moving forward. Where my worries do lie is in terms of the forward line. You're looking at the players that started today. Obviously, Sonny won't be here next season. It was Archie Gray in a 10 and Brennan Johnson out wide with Tell up top. I just don't see what Tell brings you as a number 9. I just don't think he's got the skill set to play as a number 9. I want to see him more out wide, and I do think he can give something to the team when he's out wide, and I do suspect that Frank can get a lot of him in the wide areas. It's just a shame that Solanke's out injured at this moment in time. He will be back very, very soon. Richarlison obviously played the game on Thursday, so we wanted to give minutes to other players. So Tell played the number 9 today. Brennan Johnson on the right wing. I mean, I just think he's had a shocking pre-season so far, and he's just not offering much on the pitch.
He got us the goal, though.
He got us the goal, yeah.
He got us the goal. I do understand where your frustrations are coming from. I think there's elements of Brennan's game where he does really need to improve. However, saying that, I think he's got a crucial role to play in our team.
Of course he does.
If you look at the amount of numbers, that he gave last season, if he can look to emulate that or go better, then I think he's got a huge role to play for us. Are there elements? Look, we all talk about Frank being a good manager with man management and coaching players to be better. So for me, he's one of the ones that I'm looking at saying, okay, Frank, if you can coach this guy. Because there's certain elements, his first touch, his concentration, the ball, the simple 5-10 yard ball to Sonny that he messed up. It's things like that I want to see Brennan improve on his game. And if he can do that, I think he can go from strength to strength. It is about working on, individual kind of points that will bring his game up to a certain level. I thought today Archie Gray, phenomenal, spraying the ball around, biting back in challenges as well, winning the ball high up. Thought he did really well. Bergvall looked very bright when he came on. I really like the look of him.
Yeah.
Hugh as well, when he comes on, he looks lively, Hugh. He looks very pacey. So a lot of positives to take from today. It's just that one big glaring negative that is like looming over us like a dark cloud, and that's James Maddison. It's just we can't buy our luck, can we? No,
we can't. It's just one after the next, to be honest, and it's just so frustrating.
Every time it's us. Every time.
And this is not a new thing. It's happened all the way through last season. It happened the year before as well.
Yep.
It's just non-stop injuries. And it's just so frustrating as a Spurs fan. Just as you think you're going to get back to near full fitness, another one goes, and another one goes, and another one goes. It's just never ending. It really is never ending. But look, the best chance that Spurs did fall to Matisse Tell with, again, unbelievable work in the middle of the park to win it back. Tell does really well to get himself in a one-on-one situation. He had so much time and space to think about what he was going to do. Pretty much from just inside that half. He runs at Nick Pope, and then he does some silly step over, and then just tries to slot it down the side of Nick Pope, and it's a really good save. But with that much time and space, Tell has got to be doing better. He's got to be doing better.
If you're a number 9, if you're telling me you're a number 9 and you want to play as a number 9,
you got to put that in
every day of the week. That ball needs to go in the back of the net. I don't care how you do it either. I don't care whether you do 2 step overs and then put it in the left side. I don't care whether you chip the keeper. I don't care whether you go on power and you just smash it into the goal. I don't care how you score in a one-on-one. Just make sure you score. And that's what he forgot to do today, Tell. Because he does. He comes up to Nick Pope. He does a little step over and he thinks, you know what, I'm going to pass it into the side. But Nick Pope's aware. He didn't buy the step over. He didn't dive anywhere. Then Tell passes it and Nick just sticks a leg out and he blocks it. So Tell, you've got to be doing better from those situations, mate. I hope this is a lesson for the future. And look, I want to back this guy. When he came from Bayern Munich, I thought he looked really good at Bayern when I was watching him there. Some of the things he was doing, shifting past players and having shots and crosses, and really, really bright. He hasn't lit it up since he's come to Spurs.
Very young player still, though.
Very young player. A lot of development. Again, I'm looking at Frank to get the best out of Tell. When it comes to his attitude, I think he has a fantastic attitude. Top-notch attitude. Fantastic. And I do think that he's got a very bright future ahead of him, Tell. Just don't let things like today, that kind of missed opportunity, get to your head, because the best strikers of yesteryear, they will miss an easy chance, but then next one, they go again and they will score. You look back at how many chances Harry Kane missed in a season. Some seasons he could have got 50, 60 goals, Ben, because he will miss chances before he gets his goals. So, Matthias, I want to see a bit more from you, and hopefully, we'll find your best position for you, whether that's out on the wing or whether that is as a 9. We'll find it, and you can really grow and develop and grow as a player.
Another player that actually really impressed me today when he came on was Odegaard. I think Odegaard was getting the ball in really nice areas. He was putting some lovely balls between the lines, wasn't he? Yeah. And when he was talking about a creative spark and a creative outlet, when he came on, he definitely showed that.
He did show that. He did well, Wilson. And again, another young player who I think's got a long way to go. His kind of skill set is a bit different to Tell's. The way he can get past players, very, very quick, very rapid. I feel like his decision-making is something that needs a bit of working on, but he'll get there as well. Give him some time. He's only, 22, 23?
No, he's younger. He's like 20.
20? Oh, still very young, very young. I thought he was a bit older. Very young.
Yeah. So, look, all in all, not the greatest game of football today, but you know, Newcastle, you would say, definitely had the better of the first half. Second half, I think there was not much in it. I think both teams made a lot of changes, and the kind of the rhythm of the game was gone. But at the end of the day, we get out, we don't lose, still unbeaten in pre-season. One more pre-season left to go against Bayern Munich next Thursday. We'll see what happens there. But that's our reaction to the game. Obviously, Son Heung-min, once again, thank you for everything that you've given to this football club. James Maddison, my heart goes out to you as well. But the key message here is to the board of Tottenham Hotspur. Go get us a number 10.
Now.
Because we desperately need it.
Now, get us a number 10. Now.
Yeah.
And get James Maddison the best bloody doctors and medical staff around him to get him back and fit and firing as quick as possible as well.
Absolutely. So that is our instant match reaction. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.